Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online Series 7 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Today we are trying out the Walrein team that we ended up facing in yesterday's first game. This team actually was built by James Baek, who, by the way, if you don't know, is a fantastic player and content creator. Please go check him out. He's linked in the description below. He recently featured this team on his YouTube channel, and yeah, we ended up playing it in the first game yesterday, and we were very lucky because we had Haze against the Belly Drum Walrein. So James played a couple of games with this team on his channel. It was built by him, and so if you want to see the master at work, definitely go watch his recent videos. But I wanted to feature the team as well and just try out Walrein because honestly, before yesterday, it was not even on my radar in the slightest. So that's obviously the star of this team. You've got classic Incineroar Rillaboom for double fake out support, Clefairy for redirection, and then to round out the team, there's weakness policy Zapdos, which is always fun, and Life Orb Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen and Nidoking are such interesting Pokemon to me because they match up so well against the majority of the format, but the problem is that they're pretty darn slow, so they actually will often just get one shot before they could get an attack off. So offensively, they are amazing against most of the Pokemon in the format, but defensively, they're really, really bad, to be honest. And so I think they're two of the toughest Pokemon to use in the sense that you always want to bring it because it always has such good damage output, but at the same time, it can get knocked out so easily, so you do have to be very careful in playing with it. But overall, there's a lot of cool stuff on this team, so thank you, James, once again, and let's get started with today's episode. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoy, please show support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And question of the day, I want to know what your favorite generation of Pokemon is. Let me know in the comments section below. For me, the answer definitely would have to be Gen 3 and Gen 4. A lot of nostalgia there, and I've asked this question as a question of the day before, but yeah, for those that maybe hadn't seen it last time I asked, or just, are dying to give their answer again, let me know down below. So Walrein is really interesting because the thing about this team is that you don't really have like Tailwind or Trick Room, right? So it's like typically, it's not like Belly Drum Snorlax where you get Belly Drum off, but then you ideally also get Trick Room up with it. So Walrein is really just dependent on either Intimidate cycling or Clefairy with Friend Guard or Fake Out cycling to enable it to pick up like 3 KOs after it gets that Belly Drum off. So Clef is obviously going to be a crucial partner. You could even lead like a Fake Out user plus Walrein, although I think like Clefairy is the easiest way to actually get it set up. Zapdos is fun though, right? You could easily just Dynamax that. It's kind of tough to fight Dynamax Zapdos without using a super effective attack into it, so that's where the weakness policy can really come up huge. So for the first game, what do we got? Spectrier, Seismitoad, which is cool. Chansey, oh gosh, Raichu and Celesteela. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect here, but I'm down to play towards Walrein. Walrein, Clef. Zapdos is probably a must bring just because of the Celesteela, otherwise that kind of destroys me. And for the last one, it's Rillaboom or Nidoqueen. Nah, it's Rillaboom. Into dual water. Yeah, I mean, their only resist to Rillaboom is going to be the Celesteela. I mean, that team for my opponents is really interesting. That is not like a common archetype at all, right? Like, at best, and the combination from this team I've seen together is like maybe Raichu, Celesteela, but like Chansey is, I mean, I'm nervous about that. That Pokemon can be a nightmare to fight against. But Belly Drum on the Walrein should allow us to just Dynamax it and then KO Chansey. So that's what I'm playing towards here. Incineroar is really not good into a matchup in Rain, and like my opponent has almost all special attackers, and Celesteela is likely to be a special attacker as well, so it could be literally no physical attackers. There's really not much point in bringing it here. Wait, did we have Taunt on it? If we did, then that's the one reason to bring it, because it actually helps a lot against Chansey. But it's Raichu Celesteela. I don't mind that. What do I want to do here? I guess Clef's in an awkward spot. If we knock out Raichu, that also paves the way for my Zapdos, right? I'm down to Belly Drum. Follow me. Does Raichu go for a Fake Out here? Because you'd have to respect the option of Walrein maxing. I also could have maxed Walrein and just gone like max Hailstorm into Raichu. I don't even know if that's enough for a knockout. The other upside of going for Follow Me here is that it prevents a self-Volt Switch and activating weakness policy. Okay, so the Dynamax Celesteela, it's not really too surprising. I'm guessing it's just Steel Spike. I guess that gives some defense boosts. Like, what I'm playing towards is basically knock out everything next to Celesteela. Okay, they go for Fake Out onto Walrein. So that's less than ideal, right? Because if Steel Spike just one-shots us here, it's obviously a really bad turn, and now I probably can't max Walrein. So oh, I can't double protect though, right? Yeah, that's not an option, because Walrein doesn't have protect. So I could have just maxed Walrein outright, but I don't know if that's really a great use of our Dynamax, to be honest. We play towards maxing Zapdos in this game for sure now. If I'm my opponent, I'm going... I would double up into Walrein in this position, actually. Can Icicle Spear? Thought Icicle Spear into Raichu. Maybe get a crit along the way. And go for a... Oh, I guess I can help my hand Icicle Spear here, actually. Okay. I'm down for that. They switch Raichu out. Into... Chansey. Okay. Not a fan of that. Definitely not a fan of that. They're going to opt for another Steel Spike onto Clef. Okay. That's fine. I mean, Chansey coming in doesn't bode well for us, though, I guess. Because that thing is going to be a major nuisance. So I actually could have gone Belly Drum here. Beast Boost, Special Attack. Okay, so it's a Special Attacker. That's not too surprising, but good to know. This really isn't going to do that. Oh, actually... No, that was a crit. That's why I went for Icicle Spear, for the chance to crit Raichu. No, I'll take the chip, though. 3 hits, not bad. Alright, gotta bring out Zapdos now. I think I'm a max Flare here. Belly Drumming with Walrein is actually kind of compelling. Belly Drum, Dynamax. I haven't seen the item on the... Are you going to switch out into Raichu here? It's possible. I'm down to Airstream this turn. It covers for a switch out from the Chansey end. I don't know. I mean, I think if you're my opponent, you could definitely just Steel Spike and minimize, or... Actually, no, you'd Soft Boil in this position. Yeah, not the best lead for Walrein here, given that they had a Fake Out user and a Steel Spike user. Like, Zapdos into that would have probably been better. Walrein could have punished a lot of my opponent's leads, though, so I don't necessarily regret it. I'm just sad that I couldn't really set it up here. That's what they're going to go for? Oh, okay. Makes sense. That's ugly, though. Pretty good damage there. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a Max Flare will KO next turn, so that's what I'm going to go for. Nice. Get Belly Drum off. So Walrein could actually put in work right now, honestly. I heal back. I think Celesteela probably Steel Spikes into it, so we're going to be at really low HP. That's the one downside. And then the question is, does my opponent ally switch again next turn? Oh, they have Max Rockfall. If this goes into Zapdos, actually, it's really good. Oh! Wait, I mean, that's a lot of damage, but they just activated Weakness Policy. So now we have a +2 Zapdos, +6 Walrein. Okay. If that went into Walrein, this would have been... I mean, it's still doable, actually. But I actually like our spot now. A fair amount. Man, I actually wonder if +2 max Airstream KOs the Celesteela. It took, what, like 20% there from the Airstream? I wouldn't count on it. I think... Oh, but the problem if I Flare is it sets up the Sun. So, like, Icicle Crash, Icicle Spear. It's reading into Ally Switch. I don't think they go for it in back-to-back turns, so I'm going to read that. Okay, nice. Raichu. Okay, we're actually... I think we're in a great position here. Nice, and we get the Flare off. This should just be a double KO. I think we might just win now. And, like, the cool thing is I've even boosted Walrein speed by 1, and now Zapdos can just Airstream again next turn. So if we don't miss... Wait, Icicle Spear can't miss, right? As long as we hit... Yeah, we should get a KO here. There's no way we don't. I can't believe Walrein got the Belly Drum off. So the policy came through, and Walrein's actually going to be huge for us here, too. Because, like, that's actually our best answer against the Chansey, hilariously enough. No way. The main thing here is that Chansey wasn't able to get like any minimizes off. So even though Walrein didn't Dynamax here, we actually got the regular Belly Drum set off, which is awesome. This is super, super nice. Okay, Chansey comes out. That's fine. Politoed? Nice. Oh, this is so good. Beautiful. Okay. Well, we have Rillaboom in the back. Like, this should just be a lock. We can just Liquidation into Chansey, Max Lightning. Even if you Ally Switch, it's fine. The weakness policy on the Zapdos. Actually, we didn't even necessarily need it, right? Because, like, I'm pretty sure Max Flare was going to KO the Celesteela in that range anyway. They go for Ally Switch, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure... Actually, yeah. Like, I think Rain Boosted +6 Liquidation just one-shots Politoed, but let's find out. Either way, we have Rillaboom in the back, and as long as Chansey can't get set up here and can't heal itself, like, I'm not worried about it whatsoever. Like, if you Ally Switch, it means you're not going for Soft Boiled or Minimize, and that's big. Oh, they're actually faster with the Politoed. Are you Scarf Toad? I should have Airstream there, then. Airstream is actually the better play, because I'm pretty sure KO's there anyway. Okay, no accuracy drop, though. So there's Liquidation, Rain Boosted, +6 attack. Oh my gosh. Let's go, Walrein. Let's go. I really didn't think I'd get a Belly Drum setup off. Like, my turn 1 play was kind of poor, but I figured Clef was going to survive there, but maybe that was kind of a gamble. Yeah, I thought Zapdos was really good into this matchup, which is why I wanted to Dynamax that and had it in the back. But if Walrein got a Belly Drum off, I mean, this was definitely a potential Dynamax on Walrein. Either way, I can't believe we set it up. That was incredible. Liquidation. I want to see Walrein get the last knockout here. It's probably a forfeit beforehand, though. Yeah. Okay. That did not play out the way I expected it to, but that's what we, you know, improvise, adapt, overcome. That's why you should never hardlock yourself too much into one strategy. Okay, what is their team? Citrus supports Spectrier. Interesting. Steela. Wow. Okay, they don't have a fire type attack tonight. It was Scarf Politoed. Yeah, I was surprised they outsped. Couldn't really do much there, though, other than hope for an accuracy drop. Life Orb Seismitoad. Sash Raichu. And then Rock Slide, Ally Switch, Seismic Toss, Soft Boil. Interesting, so it's not Minimize. Rock Slide, Serene Grace. Oh, wow, it's max speed, Chansey. I was wondering why Rock Slide if, like, Chansey's normally pretty slow, but that's fascinating. Well, that's definitely one of the more interesting teams we've gone up against. But I'm happy. Walrein had a good performance there, even though turn 1 looked really bad for us. I didn't think we'd get the Belly Drum off as freely as I did, but I think from my opponent's perspective, Rockfall and Zapdos makes so much sense, because your goal is basically to do enough damage to put it in KO range from Politoed. But what we did that turn, and the reason why setup can be so strong in VGC is because we immediately had 2 Pokemon that put on so much pressure against my opponent. Now, this next one's interesting. They have Weezing and Gigas, and then to round out the core, you've got Mimikyu Dragapult. I haven't seen that since, like, man, I forgot what series it was first introduced in. Well, obviously they were around since Series 1, but it picked up steam like early last year, which self-Shadow Sneak into Weakness Policy. So, Weakness Policy, Dragapult, probably Life Orb on the Regigigas. Reggie does not look like a great matchup here for us. However, because because Walrein has Max Steel Spike, it allows us to boost our defense while also doing damage into Weezing. I don't have Friend Guard if I lead Clef. I can't Intimidate Gigas either. I'm not gonna lie, I think Regigigas is a huge problem here. But you know what's interesting? If I go Clef Walrein, I could... Oh wait, how is this max defense? Because if I can survive a max strike, it's huge. More special defense investment. Because, like, I think I'm gonna go Walrein Clef. This also prevents Shadow Sneak into Dragapult, although I think it's very unlikely my opponent leads that. If we get the knockout onto Weezing, Rillaboom is the Urshifu is a problem. I probably want Rillaboom and Nidoqueen. It feels weird not bringing Zapdos here, though. I don't think Incineroar is it, just because, like, it gets dunked on and doesn't do enough damage in return. But I actually think offensively this is a really poor matchup for us, so... we're going to have to play really well to just stay even with our opponent, which is scary. With more time, maybe I could have come up with a better game plan, but, like, just from team preview, this does not look good. I mean, it's not, like, unwinnable by any means, right? It's just that we're going to have to work a little bit harder for the win. The problem here is that I think I'd be... Actually, Are you Babiri or are you Shuka on the Weezing here? I'm surprised it's a Galarian Weezing, like a low... Sorry, Galarian is... Yeah, it is Galarian Weezing. Not Alolan. Kanto Weezing is better because it only has one weakness, but like... I could Belly Drum outright and follow me turn 1. I could Protect. You know the play I like the most here? The play I like the most is actually Max Steel Spike into Weezing and Protect. But if you're my opponent, you could just Max Strike Will-O-Wisp, right? I really need to knock out the Weezing, though. So even if I get burnt, like, maybe it's fine. I suck it up. I can't Belly Drum here. I don't think. Yeah. Wait. They're not maxing Regigigas. What? Or is Reggie just really slow? I mean, that doesn't make sense. Wait, Neutralizing Gas went off, right? I just assumed it is, but... It's not Misty Terrain, so I guess they're not maxing Gigas? Protect on it would be nice turn 1. Huh. Wow. Knockoff. I like that a lot. Okay, but they taunted and Clef. No Will-O-Wisp coming out there is the main thing, and I'll take that. And they're not Babiri. They're not Babiri. Okay, I think that's a great turn for us, all things considered. I lose my Citrus Berry, but that's not that important. I get a defense boost on both of these, which I think is very important and interesting. They're going to be Citrus? Huh. Citrus, Citrus, Citrus. Okay. I'm down to Helping Hand Steel Spike. Okay, if my opponent's not Dynamaxing Gigas, what are they maxing then? Dragapult? There's no way you don't protect the Weezing here, right? That's just... I feel like not protecting would be so shocking. I don't really need damage on a Gigas, though, and I can punish them really heavily if they don't protect. Okay. I'm down to Helping Hand Steel Spike here. Yeah, they don't max Reggie. I actually think that's really smart. I've also, yeah, knockoff, huh? Okay, yeah, they go for the Protect. Oh, I guess, maybe, no, I don't think Helping Hand Geyser KOs Regigigas, so I don't really think there's... Heavy Slam comes out. Okay, how much does that do? It's really interesting to see someone play with Regigigas not Dynamax. It's also not Life Orb, which is fascinating to me. Okay. So this next turn, I can just Protect and Steel Spike, but my opponent will have a Dynamax to play with and I won't. So, this is really interesting. It's not how you typically see Regigigas being played. You also don't really see, like, Knockoff and Heavy Slam that frequently as items. I wouldn't be surprised if it were Assault Vested here, actually. Protecting on Clef is pretty obvious, but I think I still go for it. I'm down to get the Rain up, because that helps me do more damage with my Water-type attacks. I don't really need another defense boost at this point. Yeah, okay. I'm down to Max Geyser and Protect here. I guess, if you Will-O-Wisp me, that could be a problem. The Citrus made things a little tougher here. Ooh, nice switch. What are you switching into, though? Like, Slow Start just activated. Okay. Although now I wish I Hailstorm there instead. Or Dazzling Gleamed. Maybe Hailstorm was better just to cover that. But I don't think... Would it faint from Hail? Like, Hailstorm plus Hail? Oh, I wouldn't think so. Yeah, no way. This is definitely an interesting game. Because my opponent's taken a lot of damage across the board. They're going to knock off. Now you also don't have Neutralizing Gas anymore. I can't Belly Drum, though. But I have +2 defense on this thing. I'm not sure Crit Wicked Blow KOs unless you're banded. So, like, I'm down. I'm down to just Liquidation into you. And, no, actually, yeah, we target Gigas here. Liquidation into Regigigas and Dazzle. Feels okay, actually. Okay, they're going to go for Wicked Blow. Let's see if this is enough for a knockout. If not, my opponent's in a lot of trouble, I think. And they target Walrein. What? Wow, nice. Well, maybe they were just thinking it wasn't going to KO Clefairy, which I think is a fair assumption to make there. Great damage from Liquidation. Gigas is still faster. Okay, they get rid of my Eviolite, but I get the Gleam off. That should be a knockout onto Urshifu. Nice. Regigigas is going to faint for one more Liquidation. What is... I mean, you have to Dynamax your last one. It's going to be Dragapult, Mimikyu, or Heatran. Now, if it's Heatran, I have Nidoqueen. They're bringing Weezing back out. Huh. This is definitely not played out the way I expected it to. Let me tell you that. I think the play here is the Liquidation, Gigas, and Protect. Do you Dynamax Reggie now, actually? That would be nuts. The reason this is a little bit risky is because if my opponent just targets my Walrein here... Actually, they should. I should have gone Follow Me, try to knock out the Regigigas here. I got greedy, and they're actually going to Dynamax Regigigas. Wow. You have to protect the Weezing here, though, right? Because otherwise, if I just went Follow Me Liquidation into Weezing, you're in so much trouble. But then the question is, did Regigigas target my Walrein? It probably did. But I have the defense boost, so maybe I survive. Wow, Weezing didn't protect. That's really risky. They went for Steel Spike onto Clef. Okay. This has definitely been an interesting game, let me tell you that much. I guess maybe they were going for Will-O-Wisp here? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because then I don't know if I could KO the Weezing. Wow, that was so little damage. Okay, I don't really have a switch in here. +1 defense, +1 defense, 2 turns of rain. I don't want to switch in either of these, but Clefairy, saving Clefairy for one more turn may be valuable, honestly. So, like, what I'm thinking of is... Huh, Steel Roller? Can go into Rillaboom and Steel Roller. I don't even think that KO's Weezing, though. I think I'm going to Liquidation here, and I actually think I'm going to switch out the Clefairy, and the reason for that is because I don't know... Well, they go for Steel Spike, and they're also not Life Orbed. I wish I targeted Weezing that last turn. If I just went, like, Follow Me... Actually, I don't know. I don't think I was surviving the Steel Spike, so I guess not. They go for Quake. Okay. This is an interesting Giga set, I have to say. Because, like, Max Quake, Max Steel Spike, Knockoff, and presumably Max Strike. So I think that means you don't have Max Hailstorm, which bodes well for us. Dazzling Gleam. Wow. Not Sludge Bomb? Protect, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Dazzle. Yeah, there's no Sludge Bomb on that Pokemon. Huh. How do I play this out, though? Friend Guard doesn't activate for me. I mean, it's pretty easy for me to actually bring out Clefairy right now, but I just can't do damage right now. That's the tough thing. I was gonna say, you think Helping Hand Fake Out KO's Weezing? No, it has the defense boost, so definitely not. Like, I'm leaning towards just double protecting here. Yeah, I think that's the play. Well, I could protect and switch Rillaboom out into Nidoqueen. Wait, I actually kind of like that. No, but if you're my opponent, you should be targeting the Rillaboom slot here. Nidoqueen's my main win condition. It's probably... Maybe I should have brought out Nidoqueen then. Yeah, I think that was the play. Okay, they are going to protect with Weezing. Yeah. I didn't expect Gigas to max. I honestly think it's Assault Vest, if I had to guess. Like, Weezing Regigigas I knew was going to be a tough matchup, but I feel like for the early game, we actually had decent outs. They're going to strike into Clef, actually. Wow. We survive. We survive. Did I want to survive? Well. Now you're my opponent. What do? Heavy Slam into Clefairy. I can Helping Hand Woodhammer Regigigas? If you're my opponent, you should KO Clefairy and Will-O-Wisp Rillaboom. So I could switch Clefairy out into Nidoqueen. But then I get burnt. I could go for a double protect. I don't even think helping hand, Woodhammer, burnt, +1 defense. Honestly, I don't think it KOs Regigigas. But let's see. Walrein getting KO'd back then was bad. I should have brought out Nidoqueen, I think, over the Rillaboom and just protected that instead. Yeah, so there's Heavy Slam. If they miss Will-O-Wisp, I think this is... Also, or unless... No. Weezing's definitely outspeeding us now, right? Because they got a speed drop on us. So that was a good max strike. Okay, Will-O-Wisp hits. I think that should be... No, it's not game yet. We can still win, but it's going to be tough. Oh, the play? I know what the play was. It was to switch out Rillaboom there. Oh, we got a KO though. Okay, nice. The reason why is because it allows me to recycle Fake Out, and I'm pretty sure your Assault Vest. Okay, let's see what my opponent's last one is. Because if it's Heatran, Nidoqueen can definitely still pull this off. Heatran, Mimikyu, Dragapult, or Mimikyu actually. Or Dragapult. It's gonna be Mimikyu. Well, that's probably the worst one to see. Wait, is Disguise cancelled by this thing? I actually don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think the Weezing definitely should protect here. It doesn't also do much damage to me, right? Yeah, it doesn't. Ice Beam, Sludge Bomb, or Earth Power here. I guess Sludge Bomb because it can poison. So Sludge Bomb. I'm gonna Sludge Bomb Woodhammer Mimikyu here. This is a crazy game. Let's see if they protect Weezing. No, is there a reason to protect Weezing? You don't really need... Well, you shut down my Sheer Force and the Grassy Terrain. Actually, no, those are reasons to protect Weezing here. Oh, they didn't protect, but we outspeed Mimikyu. But does that mean it's Trick Rooming? Okay, yeah, it doesn't cancel Disguise. Oh, I should have... I don't know. Should I have Earth Powered? I should have Earth Powered. How much does Woodhammer do? Oh, they didn't Trick Room, though. Okay, so Nidoqueen, I think, actually closes out this game for us, then. Dazzling Gleam comes out. Okay, Rillaboom hangs on. Nice. Because I don't think you do enough damage with your Weezing. You can only use Dazzling Gleam right now. And that's obviously not very much damage into Nidoqueen. I could protect here, but that gives my opponent the ability to set up Trick Room, and Dazzling Gleam isn't really doing enough here, so I'm down to just Sludge Bomb into the Mimikyu. Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen Weezing and Mimikyu's interaction. Although, didn't I have that on my very first VGC 2020 team? I think literally the first team I built. That was like the 4X Will-O-Wisp team. Ooh, they have Shadow Sneak too. Okay, but Gleam shouldn't be a KO here. We should just outspeed Weezing. This was definitely an interesting match. Did not play out any, close to how I expected it to play out, but Walrein actually put in a lot of work. And yeah, the Nidoqueen late game was phenomenal. I mean, this is the upside with Nidoqueen. If you are able to outspeed your opponent's Pokemon, it's so good. Yeah, you just Earth Power now, right? It's not Air Balloon. Should just be a game. Surprised the Mimikyu was slow. Also surprised it didn't go for a Trick Room in that position. But what happens if I Earth Power into... If I Earth Power into a Protect, I break Disguise, Trick Room goes up, it's pretty bad. I suppose Protect Trick Room was always a pretty safe play there, but it also looked like they didn't really have that much offense against the Nidoqueen in the late game. So Nidoqueen actually came through for us in that one. And so I'm pretty happy about it, because in this episode, Zapdos and the Walrein shine in the first game, Nidoqueen shine in this one, so yeah. But Walrein honestly put in work just to get those defense boosts. We didn't get the Belly Drum off, especially because they had knockoff, which I wasn't expecting. But it was still pretty solid all across the board. I lean towards Zapdos in this game, but Walrein's still tempting. My opponent could lead Regieleki, Spectrier. That's pretty scary, right? Clef Nidoqueen is somewhat compelling here, because you can't really one-shot Clef, and Nidoqueen actually one-shots most of my opponent's Pokemon, but then if they could just protect whatever I'm trying to target with Nidoqueen, then that's pretty bad for us. Zapdos is unlikely to get hit by a super effective attack here, so that Policy is probably not going to go off, which doesn't help us. That definitely doesn't do us any favors. But if it's, I mean, is this max speed? It is. So we outspeed the Urshifu. But we might get Electrowebbed. I don't know, I'm kind of down to try Walrein Clef still. Rillaboom is really good here if we can eliminate the Incineroar. This is one where it's like, it's so weird. Nidoqueen's so good, but also so scary to bring, but I'm down to try it out. Alright, let's go with this mode. I think if I wanted to play this a little bit safer, I'd probably go with the Zapdos approach. Just because it hard walls the Rillaboom and is a stronger Dynamax option overall here. But there is, like, in my opponent, the thing about Walrein is that it punishes misleads. If you don't lead, if you lead passively into it and I get a Belly Drum off, you can't safely switch into it in subsequent turns, right? Okay, it's Spectrier Clef. See, the only question here is whether or not to protect Belly Drum or follow me Belly Drum. Follow me is the safer play. If I had my opponent, what would I do? I'll tell you what I do, actually. I would Helping Hand Max Phantasm into Walrein. Because that's... I can't defend against that. It shuts down the Belly... But the other question is whether or not they know I'm Belly Drum. Okay, I'm down to play it safe turn 1, follow me Belly Drum, but... I mean, Zapdos wasn't going to fare that much better for us here, so I don't regret this. If the Clef hangs on, and if for some reason they didn't go for follow me, I think we're actually in a really good spot, because then I have an extra turn of Dynamax, and I get to Steel Spike KO the Clef turn 2. Actually, I wouldn't even need a Steel Spike. I suppose I could Helping Hand Max Geyser into the Spectrier slot if they don't follow me KO that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Zapdos would have, like... Oh, nice! Okay, I don't think you one-shot the Walrein here. And that's the other thing about Walrein. People just don't know what it does, right? Like, I didn't know until I played against it yesterday. Okay, I think we should survive, right? Especially because this Clef has the Death Investment. Nice, yeah. Them not going for Helping Hand is huge for us here. Okay, now we do get a defense drop, but... it's okay. Is it okay, actually? Because I set this thing up, but my opponent has Urshifu and Regieleki in the back. So, like, while it's nice that we get set up, this is not close to a guaranteed win. Just because Walrein's so slow, and if I lose my redirection support, you have a lot of things that can just outspeed it and KO it anyway. But I think here I'm content to follow me Steel Spike. Am I? Well, Phantasm probably just knocks out what I have in the back here, right? I guess Incineroar's value here would have been to switch into a Max Phantasm. But if you're my opponent, you could also Quake or Max Strike into Clefairy, so, yeah. Can I survive a Phantasm? How much did that first one do? 153? Nah, a quarter of that is more than 24. Okay. Yeah, and they have Rillaboom in the back. Okay, I mean, I'm leaning towards Dynamax, Steel Spike, and follow me, but it doesn't feel great. I honestly wonder whether or not the play here was to sacrifice something in the back just for Clefairy. That may have been it. Because Clefairy, Friend Guard, and Follow Me is so valuable next to a Dynamax Walrein. But I wanted to conserve Rillaboom, because if I trade Clef for Clef here, I have Rillaboom and an extra turn of Dynamax on Roaring, and I can fake out whatever's coming in. The only problem is that Spectrier is going to get to +1 special attack here. Steel Spike is the play. Yeah, I might as well get a defense boost. I don't need to set up the rain here, I don't think. I guess I could Hailstorm, get some Hail Chip on Spectrier, but I think that's irrelevant. It'd be relevant if I were banded on the Rillaboom, because then maybe we KO. Yeah. I mean, Walrein's looking alright, but my opponent has, like, Urshifu, Regieleki, and Rillaboom on the back. All of those kind of crush Walrein, so it's not really that great. This next turn will be very interesting, though, as I bring out my Rillaboom, because I definitely can fake out into their whatever's coming in. I also have Nidoqueen, but I don't think I bring Nidoqueen until Spectrier's Dynamax ends. So we're at -1 defense right now. We're Dynamax, but my opponent's also at +1 special attack. I mean, the other question is, do you just knock Walrein out with the +1 Max Phantasm? Maybe you do, and that's a big problem. I could double protect here, But it comes down to what my opponent brings in this position. Oh, you know what the play... no, I don't know if that's it. I was going to say the play, like, bring in Nidoqueen and then switch Nidoqueen out while protecting Walrein, but I don't think that's it. Interesting enough, though, they bring up Urshifu. Oh, it's Water Urshifu. Huh. Man, your Sash is the most likely item, right? There's no way it's Choice Band, right? If I'm my opponent, what am I doing? Close Combat into Walrein and Phantasm into Rillaboom? Yeah, that's a pretty good safe play. I don't like this. I don't like that. Whoa. Oh, I didn't see that coming. That's a good play. Unless they targeted Walrein and Walrein survives, because if that's the case, I actually think we win. I wanted to protect Rillaboom so bad there. That makes me think you're not Focus Sash and you're Banded instead, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they target Rillaboom. Could have won by Protect and Geysering. But it's so risky, because if you are Sash, you just close combat. I'm at -1 defense. I'm pretty sure that knocks us out. I mean, it really honestly comes... Like, I don't know. I feel like if I were... If you're Sash, it just makes more sense to stay in there, right? Maybe not, because maybe their logic is that they didn't want their Focus Sash to be broken, which makes sense. But because we had Protector, if I protected, I think that's an insta-win for us. But that's a really tough play to make, so I don't regret not making it. Like, because that could go terribly wrong, right? If I protect and my opponent knocks out the Walrein, we have no chance of winning. Whereas here, like, it's still definitely possible. Like, it's not over by any means. Okay. We have Nidoqueen. Oh, but you have Water Urshifu. I mean, what's the item on the Urshifu is the question. If you're Sashed, I lose this regardless, right? I have no way to win, because oh, actually I have Hailstorm, so if Hailstorm plus Hail KOs. Nidoqueen can't protect in front of Urshifu. The other question is whether or not Urshifu even targets it. Actually, you kind of... Oh no, if you're my opponent, you can just Fake Out with Incineroar, right? You can Fake Out Nidoqueen, Close Combat Walrein. To which I could Max Guard. But you could read into the Max Guard and target Nidoqueen. I'd Fake Out Nidoqueen Close Combat here. Yeah, maybe it was to double protect there. Yeah, there's Fake Out. Should be Close Combat into Walrein, so I guess I could have Max Guarded that. I don't think we were winning this anyway, but... I mean, if it were actually Choice Banded, then we had a shot. But I think here's Focus Sash here. Nice switch into the Incin. That was really, really good on their end. So props to them. Walrein was good, but yeah, that's the thing, right? Walrein kind of needs the Clefairy support, because if Clefairy goes down, then you don't have redirection anymore, which means like you can bring out a lot of... Like, Walrein does get hit by super effective damage by a lot of common Pokemon in the format. I should have Max Guarded there, I guess. Yeah, okay, they weren't choiced, though, so I don't think we had any way to win this. Like, I'm confident they're Focus Sash, then, given that they're not choiced. I also didn't expect Water Urshifu into this matchup, to be honest, but yeah, if I were to replay this, how would I have approached it differently? Turn 1 obviously went well for us. We got the Belly Drum off. That's great, but what about the subsequent turns? I mean, I could have protected Rillaboom. I guess I need to, because, like... My opponent knows they need their Urshifu. So I could have leveraged that. If I Max Guard there, I get the KO. Yeah, you still bring me to -1 defense, but then you can't Fake Out. I don't know. My opponent's Urshifu could still win this pretty easily, because if they have Sash, you just outspeed and KO everything. So Water Rillaboom was actually really good for my opponent there. Spectrier plus Clef is tough, because I didn't have an easy way to KO the Clefairy early on. I don't know. There's definitely a better approach. I like don't feel that bad about how I played it, but it's tough. It is really tough there. Maybe bringing Incineroar as a ghost switch in. Sorry, a dark switch in into ghost. And so instead of bringing Nidoqueen, Water Urshifu is so good into this though, because you have water into Nidoqueen, Incin, and you can close combat Walrein. I think there's definitely a better approach in that last game, but it's one that I have to sit on a bit. There's not like an immediate answer jumping out to me. But Walrein was really fun in today's episode, and I honestly put in a lot of work, so I am impressed by it, and I'll take it. Either way, thank you to James for the team, and thank you to you guys as always for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out James and answer the question of the day, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks as always for watching. All right, peace.